Yeah.
I've been smiling a lot.
Describe your co-founder in 3 words.
Oh, man. Whew. Taylor is zen, focused, and a bit aloof sometimes.
All right. You took one of mine, but
Okay.
Mike is passionate, focused, and hardworking.
Why did you join VFA in the first place?
Why did I join VFA? So I had the pretty traditional path of first going towards investment banking. When I did an investment banking internship, realized really quickly that that was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a much bigger impact, didn't want to feel like a cog in a machine. And I thought the polar opposite of being a cog in a machine at a big investment bank was to start your own company. So I wanted to start my own company really badly, but I didn't have the skills or expertise to do that yet. So I saw VFA as a perfect opportunity to spend 2 years developing those skills, learning a lot more so that I would feel comfortable starting my own company.
I joined VFA mostly because I wanted to start my own business. And I remember coming out of college, I didn't see an outlet for that, so I did the traditional get a well-paying job, try to pay off my student loans, and immediately hated it. One of my friends, Astrid Chance-Garbasi, told me about Venture for America, and that was about 6 months into my job, and I bailed on the job immediately, applied, and got in. So,
How did your journey as a VFA fellow prepare you for the accelerator?
Okay, my journey as a VFA fellow, I think really prepared me for the accelerator and got both of us to where we are right now. So I worked at Boost Up in Detroit, which I was the number 2 person at the company. Saw the company grow to up to 11 and decline back down to 2. So I really saw a lot of the troubles of starting a company and a lot of the issues that can happen, a lot of the things that can go wrong. So at the same time, it kind of emboldened me that if this company can get started and get funding and grow to 11, I felt pretty confident that I could start my own thing. And I wanted to avoid some of those pitfalls.
my journey in VFA really prepared me for this accelerator. I started at a company called Doodle Home. My role there wasn't, when I originally was hired, my role, I'm going to restart that.
I was kind of worried about people outside. Other than that, though, I think we're good.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So my journey in VFA really prepared me for this accelerator. I had 2 jobs throughout my fellowship, and both had a combination of really good mentorship, so people that I could learn from and grow from, and both also had a lot of elements and situations where I learned what to do and, more importantly, what not to do when starting my own company.
What are you hoping to get out of the accelerator?
What are we hoping to get out of the accelerator? Out of the accelerator, we really want to have a bit more traction and a bit more direction of where this thing is going. So we've been working on Compass for...
Say those first couple sentences, but say it more strongly, like we want to have more traction.
Okay.
To cut out just a bit.
Yeah. So out of the accelerator, we really want to have a lot more traction and direction of where this company is going. So we've been working on Compass for around 7 months on the side before the accelerator. So we'd had a lot of time to test the market, play around, and this is the first time where we've been able to be dedicated on a full-time basis of doing everything we can with this thing. So we'd like to see that, okay, in this 3-month period, we're able to get a lot of customers. We're able to validate a lot of our hypotheses, and that way we'll be a lot more comfortable and successful growing the company going forward.
Taylor, what have you learned so far from the accelerator?
What have I learned?
Or you as a team?
Sure. As a team, actually I'm going to restart that. So what have we learned as a team? That was cheesy.
It's fine.
Yeah. what have we learned as a team so far? We, I think, had the most knowledge dropped on us through what you guys considered the mentor days. And we probably talked to, I think, 10 extremely smart people in a time span of a day, took a ton of notes, and really understood a lot about what other very successful people think about our idea. It really reframed how we speak about it, really reframed how we actually approach certain problems, and also gave us a good idea of what kind of funding we want moving forward, which I think is extremely important.
What do you need to succeed?
What do we need to succeed? To succeed, you need customers. I mean, that's the only way that we'll make money to help fund ourselves. That's the only way that we'll validate if there's a market for what we're doing. That's the only way we'll figure out how to do it better and build processes that can support the marketplace we're trying to build. So that's where a lot of our attention is focused during this accelerator, is getting customers, making websites, getting money, so getting people to pay for websites and see if people really feel like they're getting a lot of value out of the service we're offering. And so far we've seen that it's starting to go pretty well.
What's been the most challenging part so far, and what do you think will be the most challenging?
What has been the most challenging part so far? So I think the most challenging part was honestly dealing with unstructured time throughout my life in school and even my other jobs. My time has been determined by somebody else. So thus far, that's been the most difficult part. Although I think we've really started to make progress on that. The most difficult thing moving forward is going to be continue to acquire new customers and essentially crank them through our pipeline, make sure that we add value to their businesses, their processes, and also get a little bit of cash in the Compass bank account.
Yeah, and basically one thing we're doing right now is trying to sell as much as we can. And so we've got a lot of people that are close to purchasing, and if they all purchase, then Taylor's going to have a lot of work on the project management side. So we're dealing with it one problem at a time. Right now the problem is to acquire customers. We hope eventually the problem is we have too many customers, and we'll deal with that when the time comes.
In one sentence each, say the roles that you focus on.
Sure. The role I focus on is primarily operations, and right now that means project management for website projects, as well as managing our fleet of freelancers, essentially, Compass Pros.
Yeah. I focus on customer acquisition, sales, that's the same thing. So, all right.
I forgot that it was one sentence. I might redo mine too.
You're good.
Very cool.
So I focus primarily on customer acquisition, a lot of different marketing stuff, trying to find good partnership avenues. So a lot of the top of the funnel things.
What are you looking forward to the most in the accelerator?
I'm looking forward to getting to know Philadelphia. I really like the city a lot so far, and in my rare hours of free time, I really like just wandering around the city.
Yeah. The accelerator, I'm really looking forward to being full-time on Compass and seeing how far we can take that, being full-time, and also just hanging out with the accelerator teams, experiencing Philadelphia. Yeah.
Tell me about your first grouper experience.
Taylor?
I'm just kidding. Is there grouper in Philly? Yeah,
I'm going to seriously answer that.
I just wanted footage of you guys laughing. How do you like Philadelphia?
I love Philly so far. City of young people, lots of stuff to do, easy to walk around. Enough said.
Yeah, I like Philadelphia a lot so far too. My parents live in Baltimore, so it's easy to see them. Friends in New York, easy to see them. And it's just a pretty cool city to hang out in.
Describe your living situation.
So we live in Rittenhouse Square, which is a really nice part of Philly, we learned. I live in a 3-bedroom apartment with 6 people. So I'm living in a room with Matt Fulton. So it's pretty cute.
Yeah, my living situation right now is pretty crammed. It's in a 2-bedroom apartment where we have 4 guys and 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen. That said, the location couldn't be any better. You walk outside, you're right in the heart of the city.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about the First Round Capital offices.
The First Round Capital offices are awesome. I mean, first of all, it's really cool to see faces that we know from just tech blogs and stuff like that around the office. And it's just a really cool collaborative space where there are people working on really cool things. So it's not really intended to be a co-working space, but it kind of has some of that feeling to it because there are a few other teams colliding and working together.
Don't worry.
Thought you like the colliding thing.
Why do you guys think the accelerator is important, kind of beyond your own team, for young entrepreneurs in general, for Venture for America?
Yeah. So especially with Venture for America, the accelerator is really important because it's hard to go cold turkey from working at a startup to building your own. So the accelerator really gives you that time, which is the most precious thing you need when trying to transition from a full-time startup employee to a startup founder. So having that 3-month period where you can work full-time and not have to worry about paying rent and paying your bills is really important. It gives you the runway to really launch as an entrepreneur and a founder.
Cool. Anything else?
That's all I got.